Hello. Today we're going to do Maqam Bastanikar, one of the most challenging and rarest members of the Maqam Sika Huzam family. If you have not watched previous videos before, or you don't have a strong familiarity with Maqam Huzam, I strongly recommend that you go back and watch that video first, the Maqam Huzam video. Also, highly recommended, if you haven't watched it yet, is the Maqam Saba video. Both of those videos are going to give you something that you need to really understand Maqam Bastanikar. But if you're familiar with the Maqam system already and know those ajnas and maqamat fairly well, then stick around for this. Because Bastanikar is such a challenge, and we'll talk about that over the course of this lesson, I'm going to start getting us in the mood with Huzam, Sika itself, before we change to Bastanikar. That's our tonic. Can you sing it? So repeat after me. Ya lil, ya lil. We're starting in Jin Sika on this tonic. 3, 2, 1, 7, 1. 3, 2, 1, 7, 1. Ya Layli, ya Layl, ya Layli, ya Layl, ya Layl, ya Layl, ya Layl, ya Layl, So we did just a taste of Maqam Huzam. We didn't go farther than the Hijaz that's here on the third. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So between 3 and 6 is where we have the Hijaz. 6, 5, 4, 3. Hijaz on 3. Yanin, 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 yanin. Hijaz, Hijaz, Sika, Sika. So now let's get into Bastanikar. So hear the same tonic. Ya Layli, ya Layl, ya Layli, ya Layl, So this is Saba in the same place that we had Hijaz. Jin Saba for now. Saba on 3, 2, 1 of Sika. 3, 2, Yanin, 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 Yalili, Yalin, Yalil, Yalil, Yalin, 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 So I want to stick. I'm not going beyond this. These two ajnas. So far we've defined Bastanikar only as jins saba sitting on top of jins sika on the third scale degree. And in fact, most of the time that's what you're going to encounter. You're not going to encounter this very much. Bayati is usually a substitute for Hijaz. We saw that both in Maqam Huzam and in Maqam Iraq. Maqam Iraq is rare, but Maqam Huzam uses the Bayati in the place of Hijaz on the third scale degree. Sometimes the Bayati can change to a Saba. So in Maqam Huzam you might be like, and then Hijaz, Bayati, Saba, Sika. And it might be just that, just a taste of Saba. 99% of the time, that's what you're going to encounter. Just one little taste of Saba where that fourth scale degree of Bayati is lowered to the Saba. And Bayati and Saba just easily move between each other because the first three notes are the same. So that's most of the time what you're going to encounter. Over the course of this lesson, we're going to explore more into Maqam Bastanikar as it occurs in just a few songs. There's very little repertory in this Maqam, and very few people improvise in this Maqam. It is a little bit more common in the Turkish tradition. It's still a challenging Maqam, I bet, for Turkish musicians. I'll let Turkish musicians weigh in on that. So there's a little bit more repertory in Turkey, but it's just super rare, and it's very challenging, as we'll see. So I'm spending time on this and we're going to start by listening to a song that is an Egyptian song, a religious song for Ramadan. It was composed in 1935, called Wahawi Ya Wahawi. And it just uses these two ajnas. So it's a popular song, sung at Ramadan, and it's about how lovely Ramadan is, how great fasting is, how nice it is to light up the houses with lanterns. It's a very beautiful celebratory song. So this dark Maqam has this beautiful celebratory song, and this is going to help to get us in the mood of this Maqam. وحوي وحوي رحتي يا شعبان وحوينا الدار جيت يا رمضان وحوي So far, we just use Sika, Sika, Sika. Now this is the first three notes of either Bayati or Saba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. So Bayati or Saba on 3 could either start that way. We don't know what it is yet. وحوينا الدرجة يا رمضان وحوي أياها هل هلالك والبدر هبان الله غفر شهر مبارك وبقاله زمان الله غفر هل هلالك والبدر هبان الله غفر شهر مبارك وبقاله زمان الله غفر شهر مبارك. Getting more into either Bayati or Saba. This is 4, 5, 4. شهر مبارك وبقاله زمان محلى نهارك. And there we get our first real confirmation of the Saba. 5, 6. محلى نهارك في الخير مليان وحاوي أياها. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saba Sika. I'll do that last phrase. محلى نهارك في الخير مليان وحاوي أياها. Do another verse. So وحاوي رحتي يا شعبان أياها وحاوينا الدرجة يا رمضان وحاوي أياها طول ما نشوفك قلبنا فرحان الله غفر في الدار خيرك أشكال والوان الله غفر. So far we're now in Jins Sika. Jins Saba. So this is on the third of Saba. 1, 2, 3, which is also the fifth of Bastanikar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this tension between those two notes, either the third and fourth of Saba or the fifth and sixth of Bastanikar, this tension that we saw in Maqam Saba and Jins Saba continues in this Maqam Bastanikar. طول ما نشوفك قلبنا فرحان الله غفر في الدار خيرك أشكال والوان الله غفر في الدار خيرك أشكال والوان بكرة في عيدك نلبس فستان وحاوي So there you have, this is really the entire melody of the song. There's a couple more verses, and it is in the Maqam Bastanikar, Maqam Huzam family Bastanikar playlist. So you can go listen to that song. I'm actually going to return to it a little bit later in this lesson anyway. Another song, and this is probably the most famous song in Bastanikar, is Abdul Halim's song Zalamu, composed by Muhammad Abdul Wahab. And the chorus, which I'm going to do now, we're going to do all the verses a little bit later in this lesson. The chorus just, again, uses Jins Sika, Jins Saba together. Just same thing that we've been doing. Ya Laini, Ya Naini, Ya Laini, Ya Laini, Ya Lain, Ya Lain, Ya Lain, Ya Lain, Ya Lain, Ya Lain, Ya instrumental starts for Zalamu just like that. 1, 6, 5. As we said, drawing on that tension between 6 and 5. ظلموا القلب الخالي، ظلموا قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا، وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا يهنوا، نسيوا فاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا، ظلموا ظلموا. So that's the chorus. You notice Nisyu 6 5 4 3 5 4 3 2 4 3 2 1 is the main melody of the descending part. It starts with the ascending Sika melody. 1 2 3 2 3 4 5 3 4 2 3 1. Just starts with that again, exactly like Wahawiya Wahawi. It doesn't get to the 6. It starts 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1, and then 6 Nisyu 6 5 4 3 2 1. ظلموا والقلب الخالي، ظلموا قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا، وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا يهنوا، نسيوا فاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا، ظلموا ظلموا. Let's do a little bit more. يليني يلين يلين يا نيني يا لين يا ليلي يا لين يا ليني يا ليلي يا نين يا ليل ليل يا لين Beste Nekar 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. I didn't get to the 8. All right. Now I want to change keys. We've been doing this in Sika Bastanikar on B half flat that has Saba on D. But now we're going to start to explore the upper territory of this maqam, even more rare than what we've already had. And so I'm going to take us down a step, use my other violin. We're going to do Bastanikar on A half flat, but I'm going to still finger it the same. وحوي وحوي رحتي يا شعبان وحوي الدرجة يا رمضان وحوي وحوي ya leaning, ya lean, ya leaning, ya lean, ya lean, ya lean. So here we have that. And now this is just the same part that we did before. Zalamu, zalamu, القلب الخالي ظلموا قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا يهنوا نسيوا وفاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا ظلموا ظلموا. Okay, so before we go up into that upper territory of Maqam Bastanikar, I just want to take a brief moment to request your support on Patreon. I'm enormously grateful to those of you out there who've already been supporting me on Patreon. The Patreon program enables me to continue to make these lessons for free, available worldwide to everyone who cannot afford to pay for them. I want to make these available free to spread the knowledge of Maqam as widely as I can. But I need some support. And those of you who are on the Patreon have been enormously generous. And I'm really grateful to all of you for doing that. And if you are out there enjoying this lesson, enjoyed some of the other lessons, and haven't supported me yet, please click on the link in the description below to visit the Patreon. As a bonus for the Patreon supporters, there are a lot of extra bonus lessons in different keys recorded in the Maqam app. So you do get a little bit of a benefit from being a Patreon supporter, other than knowing that you're helping to support the spread of Maqam. Okay. Also, like and subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, please take a moment to like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and please share the video. Did you retain the memory of this tonic? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so repeat after me. Yeah, leaning, yeah, lean, yeah, leaning, yeah, lean. This 5, this 5th scale degree, becomes almost like a secondary ramaz for the Maqam. It's a pivot note where we start to explore the higher territory. We have 1, and then we have 3, which is the tonic of the Sika. The tonic of the Saba, Saba, Sika. 1, 2, 3. Saba, Saba. And what starts to happen in this Maqam is that we explore Maqam Saba in its fullness. And you're going to see how this is so dissonant with the Maqam Sika. I'm actually, unlike most of the other lessons, we're actually going to look at the scale and talk about the notes a little bit towards the end of this lesson, because I want you to sort of get why this is so challenging. But first, we're just going to explore the Ajnas melodies as we always do. So here we are on 5. Yanini, yanin, yanini, yanin, 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 yanin. So in that last sequence, I went up to the 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's look at the scale. Let's hear the scale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 8, 1, So we have the octave, the note, or the 8th scale degree, we won't call it an octave, is a quarter tone flatter than the tonic. Right now this is an A half flat, and this is an A flat. A flat, G. What would that be? I'm not used to thinking about the notes in this key. So that's C, D half flat, E flat, F flat, A half flat, C, D. Okay? It's very challenging to do the whole scale like that. It pivots around understanding Saba. When we're here, we can easily get up to this note. 1, 6 for Saba. Same with Bayati that we saw in the Maqam Iraq lesson. Ya nain, 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 There we just did Ajam on 6. This is the Ajam that we expect in Maqam Saba. It's actually Ajam on flat 8 of the Bastanikar. I'm even confusing myself. Ajam, Ajam, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini. And then we transition back to the Saba. Ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, ya naini, So there we had Sika, Saba, Ajam. The other thing that we can get on this flat 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of Ajam, Ajam, we can get Nikriz. Again, expected in Maqam Saba. Ya naini, ya nain, ya naini, ya nain, ya nain, ya nain, ya nain. Returning to Saba, the jins. Saba, and then 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, to return to the Sika tonic of Bastanikar. Let's do that again. Nikriz Nikriz ya naini, ya nain, ya nain, ya nain, ya nain, ya nain. I'm about to do something new to the Sika tonic on the octave that I returned there. I was immediately felt the urge to go there. And you'll see why when we look at two more songs, why there's this urge to jump. Then we had this flat 8, and then we get the octave 8. Okay, before we do that, I want to show you the chart. And then we're going to explore two very beautiful moshahat. So far what we have, I'm actually going to hide that bayati part. We have Sika, and we have Saba on 3. Now, we then have Nikriz and Ajam on 8, on a flat 8. Saba on 3. It has this thing that looks like Hijaz on 5, and then which goes up to 8, and you get the Ajam and Nikriz. Let me sing through that. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, Sika, Saba, Hijaz, 5, 6, 7, 8, Ajam, Nikriz, Hijaz, Saba, 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 Sika. And you can get Yalin, rust underneath, Yanin, 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 yeah, to the flat 8, Yalin, Yanin, 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 Yanin. Okay, so that's how the maqam is working. And I'm going to illustrate this with two extremely beautiful muwashshahat. It's actually one muwashshah in the sense that the poem is the same poem, and there's two different melodies that are used with it. So let's start with the newer version that I learned. So the older version, this muwashshah is called Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri. And I first learned it, this was the one example of Bastanikar that I learned in Aleppo when I studied there back in the fall of 2002. So 20 years ago. And the other version of Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri I learned over the last month. So I'm going to start with that one, the newer one. And it starts on this 3, 2, 1. Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri. So we just started with the Sika, Saba, Saba. I'll repeat that. Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri. Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri. Qadduhu bil-ghusn. Bil-ghusn yuzri. So we went there. 7, 5, 6, 8, flat 8, 7, 6, 5. A little bit in this Hijaz territory. Bil-ghusn yuzri. Min sana, going to the flat 8. Aynay sahari. So we went up Ajam, 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 Hijaz, back to the Saba. Qadduhu bil-ghusn. Sorry. Min sana'inay sahari. Law yaqbal. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. It's emphasizing that 5 again, right? Law yaqbal. Law yaqbal. Yaqbalul udhri. Flat 8, 5, 8. Laytahu bil hal. Back to the Saba. Hali yadri. ليته بالحال يدري. Ending on the Bastanikar tonic, the Sika tonic. 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll sing the other verse without interruption. The second verse, it uses the same melody, and I'll just point with my finger so you can see where we are. Again, it goes, use your ears also. Ajam, you hear the Ajam, and then it comes down to Saba, Saba, Sika. Ajam, flat 8, Sika on 1. جاءني اليوم صباحا جاءني اليوم صباحا. Ending on the 3. جاءني اليوم صباحا فملا غصني بالغصن يزري. No, I'm screwing that up. I'm screwing up the words. Where are my words? Look, see, I just learned it, so I'm screwing. So I'm gonna start this verse over, which is the second verse of this song. جاءني اليوم صباحا جاءني اليوم صباحا فملأ قلبي قلبي ارتياحا وبسر اللحظ باحا مبديا منه انشراحا what's the word there? بابتسام مثل زهري بابتسام مثل زهري. Okay? So that's the first version. We didn't use the nakris on flat 8. We just used the ajam, and we used this beautiful transition. I love this melody here. Now this is Maqam Saba, right? All of this stuff that's happening is in Maqam Saba. These are typical melodies of Maqam Saba. It's just the way that it ends on the Bastanikar tonic that makes it very challenging. Let me just sing that favorite melody again. وَبِسِرِّ اللَّحْظِ بَاحًا. You hear that transition from the ajam back to the Saba area. Okay? So, the other version of Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri, same words, is going to use more of this chart, and we're going to see. But we're going to start here, start in the same area, and we're going to see that we get the nikris and not the ajam. So that last one was, by the way, in the rhythm, the 10-beat rhythm, Samai Thaqil, popular with the Samai genre. This one is in the 7/8 rhythm called Dawr Hindi. Dum, tak, tak, dum, tak, nuzhatul, dum, tak, dum, tak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. نزهة الأرواح بدري قد بالغصن يزري. Just Saba so far. Saba نزهة الأرواح بدري قد بالغصن يزري من سناعينيه سحري. That's 8. And then we get the nikris. Ah, 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 لو يقبل عذري ليته بالحال يدري. So we only get the sika at the end of the melody. Sika. I'll repeat that verse again before going on to the next one. Nuzhatul arwahi badri qaddu bil ghusni yuzri. Nuzhatul arwahi badri qaddu bil ghusni yuzri. من سناعينيه سحري. Flat 8. Ah, 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 لو يقبل عذري ليته بالحال يدري. جاءني اليوم الصباح. So there we have it. What we're getting here in the bottom part of the chart is the Huzam Sika pathway. In other words, we go back to this where we can have the Sika on the octave. We could have upper rust or rust. And we're going to see this in Zalamu also. Hijaz on 3 back to the Sika. So we landed there, and then we do what feels like a modulation to the right. بالحال يدري جاءني الأوج. So this is 6, 7, 8. جاءني اليوم الصباح فملأ قلبي ارتياحا. جاءني اليوم الصباح 6, 7, 8. فملأ قلبي ارتياحا وبالسر. So you hear that 10, 9, 8 instead of 10, 9, 8. The octave Sika tonic, we got 10, 9, 8, the flat 8 of the Ajam. وبالسر اللحظ باح مبديا منه انشراحا. Back to Sabah 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. شراحا بابتسام مثل زهري. Let me sing that second verse again. جاءني اليوم الصباح فملأ قلبي ارتياحا. أوج سيكا 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 عجم باللحظ بحجاز مبديا منه انشراحا صابا سيكا. Right, we didn't use all this other stuff. We are in Zalamu, but we did use this stuff. And we came from here, this fascinating transition from the Sika on 8 to the Ajam on flat 8, and we came down. So it's no wonder that this muasha is very rare and not very many people know it. It's not easy. I want to speak a little bit about the physicality of Maqam. Maqam is a physical skill. It's not an intellectual concept. It is something. It's like dancing or cooking or martial arts. It's something where the knowledge is not in the intellectual construct. It is in the actual practice itself. So you can look at this chart and say, okay, I know Maqam Bastanikar. You get Ajam on the flat 8, and you get Sika on 1, and etc. I know that it has Sabah, so I know it. No, I've been doing Arabic music for since 1997 is when I first started learning about it. First started studying it in earnest in 1998. It's 2022, 24 years, 24 or 25 years. I spent the last month practicing Maqam Bastanikar because I so rarely perform it over these last years. Very few people know any songs in it, any repertory in it. And it's something that you just don't encounter. So I had to spend time practicing it physically. And what I mean by physically is I can intellectually know that we get Ajam on flat 8 and Sika on 1, but how is it that I'm going to physically control my voice and my instrument to really feel the flat 8 tonic and the half flat tonic, right? To say, oh, I know it has Ajam on flat 8, Sika on 1. No, but can you actually perform it? Can you actually deliver it? This is why I say Maqam is a physical skill. It takes that kind of practice. And like I said, I've been practicing Bastanikar for the last month. And I'm a master. I won't be shy about it. I'm a master of this music. I know so many maqamat. I know so much repertory. I've been performing for many years. And I spent a month practicing this maqam for you. So you're 46 minutes in. I hope this is the beginning of weeks of practice for you in this maqam, meaning review Maqam Huzem, review Maqam Saba, come back to this lesson, practice all these things. Now, with this new knowledge of this maqam, I'm going to go back and we're going to sing some Yalel. Because again, these melodies are what give you the embodiment, and the practicing of the melodies is what gives you the physicality. It is the physical execution of these melodies, which is different in the voice than it is in the instrument, that actually is the practice. It's like practicing a series of dance steps or a series of kung fu moves. When you practice the moves over and over again, they actually solidify the intonation, they solidify the melodies. It's the melodies, not the notes, that are going to give you this maqam. As with all the maqamat. Ya ning ning ya ning, ya ning ning ya ning, 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 ya ning ning ya ning, ya ning ya ning, ya ning ning, ya ning ning, ya ning ning ya ning, ya ning ning ya ning, 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 ya ning ning ya ning, ya ning ning ya ning, ya ning, ya ning. And I stayed relatively in tune. Again, a lot of practice to do that. I don't have perfect pitch. Ya ning, ya ning ning 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 ya. Oof, screwed that up. Ya ning ning ya ning ning, ya ning ning ya ning ning, ya ning, ya ning, ya ning, ya ning. Again, let's go up to the octave. Ya ning ning ya ning ning, ya ning ning ya ning ning, ya ning. I'm basically reproducing this structure up here. I'm putting a saba on the 10. Ya ning, ya ning, ya Yanin, yanin, yanin. Going back to the ajam. Yanin, 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 yanin. There we have it. Good, I stayed in key. All right. So this is the way that we think about it as a chart. We're going to look at it as a scale. But first, I want to do the full analysis of the song Zalamu. It's very beautiful, and it illustrates something different. So Zalamu, instead of going up and using all this Saba stuff, the Maqam Saba stuff, it actually uses Bayati, and it uses the rust, and it ends up being like, if you followed the last lesson and you saw Maqam Iraq, there's two strategies really for expanding Maqam that we've seen in some of these lessons and in an analysis of the repertory. One is you really explore every aspect of the Maqam, and the other is that you explore all the branches of the Maqam family. So in other words, if we have Sika on 1, we know we can access Bayati on 3. We know we can access Hijaz on 3 and Rust on 6. They're like different branches. So what we're going to see in Zalamu is instead of all of this stuff, we're going to get all of this stuff. I'm actually going to use my violin, so I'm not going to hold up the chart. We'll have to use our ears to imagine it, and I'll look at it at the end. We'll kind of review the verses with the chart. ظلموا القلب الخالي ظلموا قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا ينلوا نسيوا فاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا ظلموا First verse. طول عمري قلبي خالي ويخاف من الغرام من كل رمش جارح في نظرة وابتسام. So what's going on here? What jins do you hear there? Do you hear any of the ones we saw in the chart? Try to take a guess. The answer is jins kurd. كانت العيون تقابله وتلمح بالكلام يهرب من قبل حتى ما يرد لهم سلام. Where is this kurd sitting? It's sitting on the 3, 2, 1. ظلموا طول عمري قلبي خالي ويخاف من الغرام من كل رمش جارح في نظرة وابتسام. Now what's that jins? Something else entirely. This is what we call jins Saba Zamzama. And the analogy is to Saba and Bayati, Kurd and Saba Zamzama. Saba Zamzama is Kurd with a flat 4th scale degree. So we have, let's sing this for a moment. Ya lil, ya lil, We haven't done a lesson on jins Saba Zamzama. That's coming up later. This is a very rare jins. So Abdul Wahab here in his composition is clearly saying, I'm going to just make this, we're doing this very rare Maqam Bastanikar, and I'm going to use as exotic stuff as I can in it. So he does this Kurd, Saba Zamzama, Kurd, Saba Zamzama on the third. So essentially what we're doing is instead of expanding Maqam Saba upwards in its trajectory, we're exploring the relations of Saba on the same tonic. In other words, Saba can modulate to Kurd, can modulate to, in this case, Saba Zamzama, and we're going to see the next verse Bayati. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. طول عمري قلبي خالي ويخاف من الغرام من كل رمش جارح في نظرة وابتسام كانت العيون تقابله وتلمح بالكلام يهرب من قبل حتى ما يرد لهم سلام. Octave of the Sika لحد عينك, there we get out, لحد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتاه عقلي. I'm going to repeat that with the analysis. 6, 7, 8. So we have out. لحد عينك ما قبلوني 6. نسيت روحي. The fifth scale degree of Huzam and Sika. Whoa. So we're actually not getting Huzam. We're getting Sika. We're getting Maqam Sika. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. نسيت روحي وتهالي. This is the Nahawand on 3 that's part of Maqam Sika. 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 1, and then 5, 4, 1 of Sika, the Nahawand on 3. لحد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتاه عقلي وطال الشوق وظلموني وتار القلب هو اللي ظلموا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا قبلوا شغلوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا ينوا نسيوا فاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا ظلموا. Next verse. Okay, we ended in Bayati. Again on 3, 2, 1. We got flat 8, so we actually did get the Ajam on 6, but it's not in the context of Saba. This Ajam on flat 8 is in the context of Maqam Bayati. The vocal part, as we're going to see, is only going to use Jins Bayati. It's not going to use the Maqam. So Abdul Wahab just gave us this little taste in the instrumental part. Bayati, bayati, bayat, bayati. جبت الطبيب يداوي سألني الجرح فين قلت اسأل دقي قلبي اللي زي الدقيتين جبت الطبيب يداوي سألني الجرح فين قلت اسأل دقي قلبي اللي زي الدقيتين سمافن. Okay, before I go on, and this is all in Jins Bayati, by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. I want to draw attention to a rhythmic feature here. Abdul Wahab is doing something very clever. the lyrics of the song say, I brought the doctor to ask what's wrong with me. He asked, where's your wound? And I said to the doctor, check the beating of my heart that is doing 2 extra beats. زايد دقيقتين. I said, اسأل, ask, قلبي, اللي, قلت اسأل دقي, ask the beat of my heart. قلت اسأل, ask the beat. قلت اسأل دقي قلبي, دقي قلبي, the beat of my heart. قلبي is heart. دقي قلبي اللي زايد دقيقتين. زايد goes over by 2 extra beats. So the heart is beating 2 extra beats, and the rhythmic phrase has 2 extra beats. Instead of a 4-bar rhythm, like the whole song is in basically a 4/4. Dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak. 1, 2, 3, 4. This phrase is like this. I'm going to show you. It's instead of 8, it's 10 beats. He has 2 beats. So قلت اسأل دقي قلبي اللي زايد دقيقتين تررم. جبت الطبيب يداوي سألني الجرح فين تررم. قلت اسأل دقي قلبي اللي زايد دقيقتين تررم. So Abdul Wahab is playing with this 2 extra beats thing in there. Anyway, it's clever. It's worth knowing about. This is the only time in the course of all these lessons I'm going to analyze the song Zalamu, so got to throw that little bit in there. سما في القلب حاجة وقال دار مشعين. صحبورة ما هو ناسي بقاله جمعتين. سمع في القلب حاجة وقال دار مشعين. صحبونا ما هو ناسي بقاله جمعتين. لحد عينك, going up to the Sika tonic. So what we did there immediately, and I'll just show you in this chart, is Bayati Bayati to the Sika 8, which would be a typical move in Maqam Huzam. لحد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتاه عقلي ضررم. لحد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتاه عقلي. وطال الشوق وظلموني وتار القلب. 3 هو اللي ظلموا والقلب الخالي ظلموا. قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا. وعدوا يزوروا نهار ما افتكروا يهنوا. نسيوا فتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا. ظلموا. So the next verse starts with this octave 8, 9, 10. Goes up to the Sika tonic again. أنا اللي السحر دايما كنت أهرب من عينيك. وأنا اللي قلبي عمره ما حد يجر عليك. Ending on Huzam. This is a phrase in Maqam Sika or Maqam Huzam. Why? Because we get the rust. Rust, Hijaz Sika. Let's look at that here. We actually get, I didn't put it on the chart, but we get, yeah, I did. We get rust on the 6. أنا اللي السحر دايما كنت أهرب من عينيك وأنا اللي قلبي عمره ما حد يقر. This is a little taste of the 5th scale degree. قر عليه حجاز سيكا. أنا اللي السحر دايما كنت أهرب من عينيك وانا اللي قلبي عمره ما حد يقر عليك. ازاي حبيتك انت وحبيتك انت ليه؟ احتار القلب يسأل واحتار اقول له ايه. 1 2 3. So we're getting that little nahawand on 3, the raised 4, which is part of Maqam Sika. ازاي حبيتك انت وحبيتك انت ليه؟ احتار القلب يسأل واحترت تقول له ايه؟ حد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتعقلي. حد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتعقلي. وطال الشوق وظلموني وتار القلب. ظلموا القلب الخالي ظلموا قبلوا شبكوا وارتاحوا لما شغلوا وعدوا يزوروا ونهار ما افتكروا ينو نسيوا فاتوا وتريهم قبل ما ينسوا ظلموا. So that's the song. Again, let's review it with this chart, right? So the chorus just uses this part. The Sika on 1, the Saba on 3. Zalamu First verse goes to Kurd, not even on this chart, but it's part of this relationship. The Saba, Bayati, Hijaz relationship where we can modulate among them to Kurd. And it uses the Saba Zemzema, which is kind of like a parallel to the Saba to Abdul Wahab is basically showing you the most exotic thing you could do. Saba Zemzema on the 3rd of Sika. And it's his way of expanding Maqam Bastanikar into this new territory. Okay, then second verse, we got Bayati on 3. And third verse, we got Rust on 6, using the Sika pathway to come down. And at the end of every verse, we got the Sika on the octave. We got a little bit of the Auj. We didn't really get the Hijaz on 3 except in that third verse. Every time we came down, we also had Nahawand in place of the upper Rust. The 5th scale degree going to upper Rust, going to Nahawand, coming down to Sika. So what we did is we really used this Huzam pathway at the end to really solidify the Sika. We used this parallel thing, or Abdul Wahab and Abdul Halim did. And they didn't really touch the separate area, except we briefly got this Ajam as it relates to Bayati on 3. So it's a very rich exploration. It's inventive. I mean, the question that comes here, and I'm hesitating, you can hear me hesitating in my voice, is that without a lot of repertory, it's hard to draw consistent principles for what the Maqam is. For a Maqam like Bayati or Rust, where we have hundreds, if not thousands of songs, and we can see, of those 1,000 songs, 80% of them use Hijaz, and 90% of them use Nahawand, right? We can find the patterns of which are the secondary ajnas used in the Maqam and develop a clear picture of that Maqam in terms of its ajnas that make it up, which is what we did in the book Inside Arabic Music up there, right? In the charts there. Most of those charts, never mind, you can check out the book. Most of those charts, the link, by the way, to buy the book is in the description also. Those charts are based on lots of repertory that I know, that other musicians know. In the case of Bastanikar, I've just given you almost all the songs that anybody knows in this maqam. There's a couple more shahat in there, very rare. You'll see them in Hassan al-Hafar, performing them in my playlist. But these are very rarely performed, very seldom known, and there's not a lot to do. So it's both a limiting factor and it's a freeing factor, in the sense that it's limiting because there's not a lot to do, because there's not a lot of options, because there's not a lot of repertory. But it's also freeing. So you have this experimentation that happened in the mid-20th century in Egypt with Maqam, where they were expanding the Maqam system. And Zalamu is a way of Abdul Wahab sort of expanding Maqam Bastanikar by exploring the parallel branches of it. He almost created branches of Maqam Bastanikar rather than treating Maqam Bastanikar as a branch of Huzam. Right? He saw the Kurd branch, the Bayati branch, the Rust branch as part of this bigger Maqam Bastanikar. Something, it's another strategy. All right, so the last thing I want to do is I want to actually look at the scale. And for the sake of the scale, we're going to go back to the key of B half flat, and we're going to scream a little bit when we sing it, but it's okay. It's all a matter of practice. Sometimes you practice getting the intonation right. Sometimes you practice working on the quality of your voice. So this is the scale for Maqam Bastanikar. And we're going to go back to وحوي وحوي أياحا رحتي يا شعبان أياحا وحوينا الدرجة يا رمضان وحوي وحوي أياحا B half flat tonic, D, C, B half flat. So the scale is going to be the Sika gents. B half flat, A sharp, B half flat, A sharp, G, A sharp, B half flat. This is ouj in the lower octave. C, D, C, B half flat. Saba, D, E half flat, F, G flat, F, E half flat, D, D, E half flat, F, G flat, A natural, G flat, F, E half flat, D, C, B half flat. B half flat, C, D, E half flat, F, G flat, A natural, B flat, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can sing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the B flat. We had the B half flat tonic 1. I keep checking that because this maqam is really hard to keep in tune, especially in your voice. Yeah, A flat, 8, B flat, C, D natural, C, B flat. We get this ajam on B flat, yeah, B flat, D, C, B flat, A natural, G flat, F, E half flat, D. Saba, ajam, Saba, Sika, flat 8, and then we get Nikris, Nuzhatul Arwahi Badri, قدوا بالغصن يزري من سنا عينيه سحري. This is D flat, C, B flat, A. A natural, G flat, F. لو يقبل عذري ليته بالحال يدري. B half flat tonic flat. So here we have this use of this scale. And here's what I want you to notice about the scale. it's almost entirely non-octave equivalent. It's not just the B that has a B half flat at the bottom and a B flat at the top. Every note except the C and the F have a different note in each octave. We have a G natural at the bottom, G flat here. We have an A sharp, A natural. B half flat, B flat an octave up. C, we get C. D, we get a D flat. Again, we have the lack of octave equivalence that's part of Maqam Saba. E half flat, E natural. And then we get F and F. But you see how much lack of octave equivalence there is in this scale. Obviously, you get the D here and the D there, so that's fine. And sometimes you can obviously do Saba on the octave and reproduce the scale. But in this raw form, you have the lack of octave equivalence in Saba on top of Sika, which, because of that B flat in Saba, you have a lack of octave equivalence there. The G flat in Saba, which contradicts the, for example, G natural that you get in Rust or in Ouch. So here's the other part, the Huzam family part, right? Bayati, D, E half flat, F, G. Bayati, bayati, tul جبت الطبيب يداوي سألني الجرح فين E half flat F G F E half flat D لحد عينك G A sharp B half flat لحد عينك أو لحد عينك ما قبلوني نسيت روحي وتهالي F natural, E natural, D. I didn't even put the F natural there. Atli, hadainik. So we get this, D, E half flat, D, E half flat, F, G, and then D, E natural, F, half sharp, G, A, B half flat, C, D. Rust on G نين طول أنا اللي سحري دايما كنت أهرب من عينيك B half flat D C B half flat A C B half flat A G B half flat A G F half sharp E, a little raised, E. وانا اللي قلبي عمره ما حد يقر عليه Hijaz E flat D D C B half flat. So this is the scale used for Maqam Bastanikar. Here's the scale used for the Huzam Sika pathway. It's really the same basic concept we have here. Both of these charts will be available for free on my Patreon page. I usually upload the charts. So you can visit my Patreon even if you don't want to support and get the charts for free. Bastanikar is a lot of work, right? It's not just a concept. I think that should be clear. I'm going to finish. We've been on B half flat, so we can repeat after me if you end up screaming. That's fine. You know, you can always use one of the retuning apps on YouTube to tune to a key that's good for your instrument or your voice. Let's just end with a little bit more Ya Leil. Ya Neen, 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 Ya Neen. Sorry, Ya Neen. Let me do that again. Ya Neen, 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 Ya Neen. Yanini, yanin, yanini, yanin. Jumping up to the octave. Yanini, yanini, yanin, yanini, yanini, yanin. Rust, yanin, yanin, yanini, yanin, yanini, yanin, yanin, What I just did there is I was up in the octave, which is the fifth of rust. That's the octave of the saba, by the way. And then I came down to the seven of saba, and I switched it from the rust to the saba. Saba, ya lili, ya nini, ya nin, ya lili, ya nin, ya nini, ya nin, ya nini, ya nin, ya nini, ya nin, ya nin, Ajam, 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 Yanin, 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 Saba, Saba, Bastanikar, Bastanikar. All right. Go support me on Patreon. Click the link below. Share, like, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. You're a real hero if you made it through this video. Bastanikar is a big challenge, like I said. But it's worth knowing about because it's very beautiful, very exotic, very peculiar, very challenging. It's a good challenge. If you like a challenge and you want to really work on your intonation, this is a good maqam to do it. But you better review Saba and Huzam first, like I said. So let me play us out with a little Taqsim in Bastanikar.